As you're coming on, go ahead and tell us where you're from, your name. Go ahead and type it into the chat box. It's down there in the right. We're going to get started right on time tonight because I want to honor your time, and I know it's, we're going to spend a full hour together. So I want to make sure we start right on time. If you have not downloaded your handbook yet, make sure you go to ShiraNelson.com/your/training/handbook. I typed that in the chat box for you. You'll definitely want to have something to write with, so go ahead and grab a notebook, a pen. As we're waiting for everybody to go ahead and come on, we have a few more minutes before we get started live. But as you come on, go ahead and write your name in the chat box. Hi, Marika, how are you? All the way from Vancouver. That's far from me. Thanks so much for being here. Go ahead and make sure you have your training handbook and your Post-it, a pen. Hi, Lindsay. Oh, Denver. I just moved back from Denver. I miss it a lot. But I saw you guys already have snow, right? So I don't miss that, but I miss the mountains for sure. So we have about 3 more minutes, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So name, where you're from, and if you want to tell me if you already have a business or you're just looking to build one, and then make sure you have your training handbook downloaded or near you, or a piece of paper, Post-it, a pen. I'm going to ask you to really focus here for an hour with me while we learn, because we have tons of content to go over tonight. Don't be shy. All right, we have about 2 more minutes. We're going to get started. So as you're coming on, just your name, where you're from, and then grab your training handbook if you've already printed it. If not, you can go ahead and quickly download it. ShiraNelson.com/your-training-handbook. I typed it in the chat box for you. You'll need a pen, some paper. Hey, Kim from Winston-Salem. Hi. Oh, another Washington. Look at that. Thank you so much for being here. Hoping to start a business. Awesome. It's the best thing in the world, I promise. Tons of content tonight, so we're going to be moving at a pretty good pace because I definitely want to honor your time because I know how hard it is to take time out to have some quiet time. So, hey, Diana, how are you? Thanks so much for being here. I typed in the link for the training handbook. If you didn't get a chance to get it or download it, it's not mandatory, but it definitely will help keep you on track as we go through to try to write it in order of what we're going to do for the content. Hey there, Rachel. Thanks so much for being here. Super excited you guys are here tonight. So we're counting down. We've got about 60 seconds. We're going to go live. We're going to go ahead and start right off with the content. So lots to share with you today. If you're just coming on, go ahead and type your name, where you're from in the chat box. Oh, my uncle lives in Stanford. Okay, it is officially 8 o'clock, so we are going to get rolling. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the masterclass. My name is Shira Nelson, and I am the founder of BusinessBeyondBaby. Tonight, we are going to talk about finding your passion and becoming a mompreneur. So I'm going to give you 6 strategies to build a profitable online business. Thank you so much for taking time out to be here to learn. I'm going to give you so much information about finding your passion and becoming a mompreneur. If you were able to download the workbook, make sure you have it near you. If not, just grab a Post-it, a pen, something to write with. I'm going to ask you to interact. I'm going to have you write some things down. I'm going to ask you to write things in the chat box. So it's going to be somewhat interactive. Being here just shows me how committed and dedicated you are to growing. So thank you. I know life is busy and I know how hard it is to get away. So do this right now. Turn your cell phone on silent, shut down the tabs on your computer, whatever you can do to kind of just focus for this hour so that you can walk away with action steps and things to learn. The chat box is there on your right side, so we are definitely going to use it. So let's get started. So you are in the right place. How do I know that? I know you want to find your passion and you want to become a mompreneur so you can have your thing outside of being a mom. You want to learn how to start and run a profitable online business from home so you can spend more time with your family, right? That's what it's about. It's about this lifestyle. You've thought about making a change and creating a business and life that you love so you have more freedom, right? I didn't even know how to come to a training, so you are so far ahead of where I was. Being here, learning. I wanted so badly to create this thing and stay home with my kids, but I had no idea where to get started and no idea what steps to take. I didn't even know how to create a website. Fast action bonuses are coming at you at the end, so make sure you stay around for the end of the training. I have some amazing bonuses for all of you that are on the call live. So what are we going to learn today? This is the good stuff. Today I'm going to teach you how to find your thing outside of being a mom, my proven strategies for turning a passion into a profitable business, my #1 tip for an aspiring mompreneur, the actual systems I use to monetize my simple idea, a clear system that teaches you how to identify your niche, and the actual tactics I used when I was starting my business. So I want you to leave here ready, fired up, ready to take action. So whether you have a business right now or you just desire to start a business, you are going to leave here ready to go. You're going to leave here with ideas, fired up. But before we jump into the content today, I really want to get real with you about some numbers. This is not about income to me, although my income was quickly replaced. It's not about running a certain figure business. I know a lot of people throw that around, but that's just not what it's about for me. For me, it's about time. 2010, I was putting in about 60 hours a week. I was teaching full-time, 8 to 10 hour days. I was teaching group fitness classes about 5 hours a week. I was waking up at 5 and coming home about 8 o'clock. No lie. My weekends were chores and prep. When I started BusinessBeyondBaby in 2013, I was roughly working about 12 hours a week, doing the Healthy Mom Lifestylers Club, which I still run today, about 3 hours a week, coaching some online clients and creating content, and teaching group fitness classes. I kept those just because I really liked it. My work blocks, I had specific work blocks that I was working, and my days were with my kids. So play dates, gymnastics, story time. I haven't missed anything with my kids because of this choice I made to create my own business. And I know that's what we all want as moms, right? We want to be there for the moment. So time with my husband, I might even homeschool now. I'm just not really sure because I have it, set to how I want to do. So it wasn't until I was about to have kids that I had this aha moment of how I wanted to spend my days. I didn't want to just go to college, get a degree, and go to work because I had to. I saw all my teacher friends complaining day in, day out, counting down till vacation, and I just didn't want that life. So this is my family. I just wanted to give you a little glimpse into my family. This is me and my daughter eating ice cream midday, and my daughter at gymnastics, and then my husband and my daughter, and we recently had another baby, baby Kai. So that's kind of what it was about. And then, for me, it's about balance. It's about finding that balance of raising kids, being there with them, and also growing your business so that you're not having to sacrifice one or the other. We get into this mompreneur stuff because we want to be there. We want to be there for the moments. We no longer want to hustle. So it's finding that balance of how do you do that with raising a family, and also being true to your business. So now you know a little bit about me. I started Mom Beyond Baby a few years ago, desperately wanting to find my thing. And I worked for a company for a little bit. I started working with a company selling health and fitness, but it just wasn't my thing. I just didn't have the creativity in it. And I was kind of I felt like I was in a box again, and I really didn't want that. So I want you to pick one word to describe your why. So in the chat box, I want you to write one word to tell me your why for creating a business. So why do you want to find your passion, and why do you want to be a mompreneur? So in the chat box, just one word for your why. Awesome. Freedom, financial security, family, being there with your family. Some of us want to contribute financially. So many reasons why. Passion, balance, your twins, you want to be there for your kids. You want the flexibility to stay home and not be stuck in the grind. So tonight we're going to talk about 6 steps. The first one is the discover step. And these are steps and strategies to find your passion and create your business. So here we go. Step 1, discover. In the chat box, I want you to write one word that describes your passion or your idea. So never give up on something you can't go a day without thinking about. This was me a few years ago. I would go to bed sick to my stomach because I had to go to work. I love my work. I love my job, but I knew there was more. I knew there was something else. So instead of talking about what we wish we could do, I want you to start defining yourself. I want you to say, I am passionate about blank, and this is what I'm going to do about it. So you are now defining yourself as a mompreneur. So maybe you don't know your passion, and maybe you do. Whatever it is, we're going to work through it tonight. But I want you to think about your passion because it's essential to starting your business. It is the foundation because you don't have a boss. No one's going to be over you. So you have to know this passion so that it is something that you wake up and you're excited to do. Imagine that you wake up and you're excited to do. So this whole quote about, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And, partly that's true because you actually love what you're doing. You wake up excited. I remember telling my business coach, I've never had this feeling before where I wake up so excited to work and to create content and have joy in what I'm doing. So what is a passion-based business? So we talk about passion. It's kind of a word that's thrown around, but do we have to have just passion or do we need other things? So your business has to start with passion, 100%. It has to be something you love or you won't do it. You have the autonomy of not having anyone over you. You create your schedule. You create when you want to do products and services. You're in charge. You're the boss, which is the coolest thing ever. But you have to actually love what you're doing, which is why you need the passion. That being said, you absolutely need more than a passion. We listed the reasons for creating a business. A lot of us said freedom, financial security, all of these things we want to come out of our business. So we can't just do that with passion. You have to have systems in place. You have to have business tactics in place so that you can run your business and actually create a profit so you can fulfill your why, your big why. So in the step of identifying your passion, we want to look at 2 more things. We want to look at your voice and your purpose. Your voice is how you write or speak. So how do you want to be? My advice is to be you. Be authentic, be real as you can be. So have you ever met someone who you were following online and you met them in person and they were totally not anything you thought they were going to be? That's the weirdest thing. It's so awkward, right? But you get to decide, how do you want to come off? Do you want to be funny, sarcastic, professional? What do you want your business to be? Because it's your voice. You are the creator. You get to decide. Your purpose is completely aligned with your passion. So who are you outside of being a mom? And I know this is hard. I want you to think for a minute. If being a mom was out of the picture for a day, who would you be and what would you do? So think about that. So if you weren't a mom and you weren't head first into being a mom and you weren't going to your job, what would you do? So cool, right? And that's my family. They're hiking. That's what I would do. I would hike in the mountains with my family. So all of these questions will get you thinking for sure, but they're essential to creating a business. The business is only a piece of the puzzle. So I'm going to teach you how to create content. And content is anything from blogs, emails, social media, videos, launching products, and making time to make a profit when we're making a business. So we often think we come off as we have to know all of this information, but the truth is that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? So who are you? So we're talked about your purpose, your voice. When we talk about passion, I want to talk about your voice and your brand. So do you know who you're talking to? What do you want your brand to look like? We talked about you get to decide your voice, but you also get to decide your brand. This can be anything, but you have to know your brand is your niche. So this can be whatever you want it to be, but you don't want to be everything for everyone, right? You have to draw a line in the sand and say, this is who I'm going to serve. These are my people. This is my tribe. My niche is moms, younger moms. When I write and create products, I create them to help moms solve their problems. When we talk about your niche, you might already have an idea of who you want to serve and who you want to work with. Chances are it's going to be aligned with who you are as a person. Maybe it's men, maybe it's women, maybe it's 40s or moms, postpartum, lifestyle, younger generation, specific exercise. But again, usually your brand is someone who you relate to because you want to be a good fit for them. Remember, you're creating content from your heart, and so that's who you're going to relate to. So being an expert involves trusting that you're an expert. So it's not about having a string of letters after your name or having multiple certifications when you're running an online business. Brendon Burchard talks about the 3 types of experts: the role model, the researcher, and the results getter. So the role model is someone who kind of walks the walk. The researcher is someone who's kind of headfirst into the science, has the certifications to kind of back themselves up. And the results getter is someone who's worked with people who gets results. So pretty simple, right? And ultimately, you want to be all of them. But when you start, you have to trust that you're just creating a service for people. You are solving a problem. So eventually, you will become an expert in all 3 of these ways, but don't let that stop you. If you're only one of those right now, that is 100% perfect. You will get there. You don't need to have all of the certifications to help people. When you have something to share, you need to share it, right? Don't you feel like it's your job to teach people what you know? It's actually a disservice if you're holding back that information. Wouldn't you agree? So you're not being a critic, you're being an expert. So obviously certifications matter and you can get them over time, but so many entrepreneurs have everything and they're not doing anything because they're so caught up in maybe I'm gonna get called out or maybe I'm not really an expert or how do I know I'm an expert? And they're paralyzed and they're doing nothing. But meanwhile, I want you to think about yourself as an expert. I'm giving you the title right now. This is truly a mindset issue. How do you know you're an expert? You're the expert because you are the one doing it. You are the one doing it, right? So this can be hard because we get caught up in, oh my gosh, people are going to call us out. I'm scared. What if, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, those are the people on the sidelines. Those aren't the people who are doing it, right? When I quit teaching, my friends told me I was crazy. My mom told me I was crazy. I was, giving up all my tenure, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, I was the one doing it. And my best friends, my best cheerleaders now are the people who are in the business with me, the other mompreneurs, the people I've met since taking this leap. Those are my cheerleaders. And now everybody else has come back around because I had the confidence and the conviction that this was the right thing to do. This is what I wanted. All of my friends who are teaching, they're thinking, how is she doing that? I wish I could do that, right? They say that all the time, but they're stuck because maybe they don't think they're the expert or maybe they fear what could happen. So at first I had to fake it. I mean, I wasn't making any profit, but I had to fake it. And that's what I'm gonna encourage you to do. I'm gonna encourage you to fake it until you make it because you don't know what you don't know, and that's perfect. So right now I'm telling you that you are the expert. You have the gift and you have the information that needs to be shared. And I want you to go out and I want you to share it. Your brand is your business and your business is your brand. So this is so true for us. We are not a large corporation. So we can't hide behind a logo like Coca-Cola or Google or whatever. Our face is our brand. So we're the personality business. And so what that means is that people come to us for us. People hire coaches for the personality. So sure, you want a coach that's going to hire results. You want that. But when someone's hiring an online coach, it's mainly because you're hiring a person who gets you. You're going to hire a mom who understands the struggles that you are going through, right? So you're going to hire someone who gets you. This is important to know because so many times people just try to sell a product and they skip over all of this foundational stuff about their voice and their purpose and their passion, and no one buys it. Mainly because they have no idea who they're talking to. They don't know any struggles. So I want you to remember, your brand is your business and your business is your brand. So write that down, super important. Brand is your business and your business is your brand, because we are in the personality business. So this part of identifying your passion and your brand is what gives you clarity in your business. So if you just start launching a product and kind of throwing things out there, people aren't going to buy. People aren't going to make, they're not going to like it because you haven't created a tribe. You haven't built a relationship with anyone. So we're in the relationship business. So that's what we have to do first. But when you think about your purpose and your brand, I want you to think about what fires you up. What keeps you up at night? If I met you, what would you talk to me about? This can be so hard for us as moms because we want to talk about what? Our kids, right? We want to talk about our kids, and I get it. Our kids are amazing. But I want you to think about you right now. So we're going to talk about this more in Business Beyond Baby. But right now in the chat box, on a scale from 1 to 10, I want you to tell me how confident are you right now about your purpose? On a scale from 1 to 10, in the chat box, how confident are you about your purpose? Your purpose, meaning your brand. How confident are you? When we continue to talk about passion and brand, I want you to think about, what are people asking you? So you probably already have people coming to you asking you for advice on something. Maybe it's health and fitness. Maybe it's fat loss. Maybe it's postpartum. Maybe it's how to cook healthy meals. People are already probably asking you what you're passionate about because they know it, right? They know. So I want you to think about, what could you talk about for hours? If you met me, within 5 minutes, I would talk to you about being a mompreneur because that's how passionate I am. So on a notebook or in your training handbook, I want you to write down this sentence. I want to teach blank how to blank. I'm going to say that again. I want to teach blank how to blank. I want you to think about what you want to do. So for Mom Beyond Baby, I want to teach moms how to become a mom beyond baby. And for me, that goes in fat loss, fitness, and business. So for you, I want to teach blank how to blank. Awesome. The most crucial step to building a business is knowing who you are and knowing your intentions. So this is about knowing who you are, knowing who you are serving, so that content creation, content meaning anything from social media posts to blogs to videos to products that you're eventually going to sell, becomes effortless. When you know this foundational piece, everything else just kind of flows out. So can you see how powerful this is for your business? It's kind of like you're slowing down to speed up. So eventually we want to make a profit. You might even have a goal of how much money you want to make per month. And you'll get there, but only when you take this foundational piece. You're going to slow down to speed up. It's one of my favorites. We're going to take a look at this diagram, and hopefully this is going to kind of mesh it all together for this first step. These are crucial steps in building a business beyond baby. If you'll see, the middle is purpose. It's the red dot in the middle. In the Venn diagram, you see the other pieces you need. You love it, the world needs it, you're paid for it, and you're great at it. When you mesh all of that together, that's where the magic happens. It's absolutely magic. So while we want to get paid, we have to focus on the other parts of it. We have to love it, our world has to need it, and you have to be good at it. So one thing I do in my initial email for Mom Beyond Baby, when people give me their email address, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later tonight, I ask them to reply back to that initial email from me, what is their #1 struggle? So not only does that give me content to write, but it tells me what my world needs. My world are moms, and those are people who are coming to my email list, to my blog, and I want to know what their struggles are, because when I know their struggles, I know how to create a product to solve their problem. So for years, people were asking me, how did you build Mom Beyond Baby? How are you a mom and you run a successful business? Because it's hard. So I was getting daily emails and inbox messages. So I knew that moms wanted something. I knew they wanted a coaching academy to help them do this. So I created a coaching academy. That's kind of how it all came about. So if you see how powerful this is for your business to have all of these things, can you imagine working in a way, in this middle dot, working in a way where you're solving people's problems, you're doing something you're good at, you love what you're doing, and you're getting paid for it? Give me a yes in the chat box if you see this as like the ultimate way to live. This is, again, another crucial step to creating a business. So living it, living your passion. Do you want to do it every day? I want to come and sit at my laptop and help moms become a mom beyond baby. That's what I want to do every day. I absolutely look forward to my work blocks. I absolutely love creating content, writing products, writing emails. I like doing it. It's something I love doing. In the book Outliers, he talks about the 10,000 hour rule, kind of saying that it takes 10 years until you're going to have success in something that you want to be really good at. So we're not going to go that far as 10 years. But in Business Beyond Baby, we're going to talk about this strategy because it's so easy to pass over when you get started, because it's exciting to build a website and get the email list and get subscribers. And that's all really exciting. But if you're not loving what you're doing and you're not living it, you're not consistent, then eventually it's going to die off. And unfortunately, most entrepreneurs do fall off. They do quit. Most people never even get started, but you're the exception. I know you're the exception because you're here. I can feel your passion, and I know that you know that it has to go beyond the money. I know that you know it has to go into freedom, into family, into time at home, rather than grinding it out every day. So along the lines of live it, and there's my little daughter when she was, I used to call her my assistant. We've got the time issue, right? So there's no doubt we're busy. We have so much on our plates, and the thought of adding a business on top of what we already have seems super overwhelming, right? But in the end, we have to remember the end game. We get more freedom and more time with our kids, so it's worth it. So you do have time, and I'm going to teach you how you have time. But right now, I want you to take away this, the one thing. So Gary Keller has a book, and he talks about the one thing. When you're focused on one thing, you are successful and you are focused. Truthfully, our minds don't work where we have hours and hours of focused energy. We really only have 45 minutes, maybe. So I want you to think of one thing you're going to do every day on your business, and that's what you're going to do. So when you're focused, you're successful. So other tips, listen to podcasts, walk around with paper, keep a journal with you in your car, write on your phone. And I'm going to teach you how to automate other parts of your business so that you do have time when you actually do get to sit down and work on your business. Usually the time issue, when people say they don't have time for their business, it's usually a passion issue. So usually it's not 100% aligned with their passion. They're maybe just speaking in a voice where they're really not as passionate about it. They're trying to please other people. So we have to be productive. We have to be organized. So in the chat box, give me a yes if you feel like you're already lacking time, but you are just dying for the ability to have more time by running your own business. So you kind of see the end game. So give me a yes in the chat box if you see the end game for how running your own business gives you more time in the end. Awesome, lots of yeses, perfect. So your challenge, I want you to write this down. I want you to put some skin in the game. I want you to put yourself out there. I want you to challenge yourself to do blank for however many days or weeks. So maybe you're going to sit down and just write for 5 minutes for 3 weeks. You're just going to sit down for 5 minutes and you're going to write out just a stream of consciousness. Write whatever you're struggling with. Write what's going on in your life, whatever you're going to do. Maybe you're going to work on a website. Maybe you're going to work on your email list. And we're going to talk about this stuff. So I'm going to give you some tasks to do. So you're going to do something for however many days or weeks, and you're going to set an end goal. So you're going to say, by blank, I will have done blank. So by December 1st, I will have done what? So what are you looking to do in your business? Maybe by December 1st, you will have narrowed down your passion. Maybe that's where you're going to start. You're going to start by thinking, what do you really want? Maybe you need to set some goals for your business. Maybe you need to figure out what you're doing with your job right now and how you want to scale it back. So maybe by March of 2016, you're going to go part-time and your business is going to make so much money so that you can do that. So I want you to practice this Live It challenge, and I want you to commit to doing something every day for so many days or so many weeks. Yes, are we good? All right, so what better picture is this than a big elephant? So here we are, we're on to step number 3, we're on to creating, and this is the good stuff. I'm feeling super pumped and excited. I can tell you guys are too. So when we talk about content, we talk about creating, and creating is the best part. But it's also a very difficult piece because it's where we face a lot of mindset struggles, right? This is where, you know, being an expert, and maybe someone's going to call us out, and maybe our mom isn't going to approve what we read. But here's the deal. Content is going to come across every day. You're going to create so much content. But how do you know what to create? So I'm going to give you some ideas right now. What is their number one struggle? And we talked about, told you what I do in Mom Beyond Baby, how I ask people their struggle. You've got to talk to people. You've got to figure out what are they struggling with. So network, surround yourself. If you go to play dates, when I go to play dates, all moms talk about is their baby weight, how they can't figure out how to cook healthy meals. It's like all of their struggles are right there, and I'm just like taking it all in. Like they don't know I'm running my business, but I'm just taking it all in, and I'm asking them a million questions because that's what I want to know. I want to know what are they struggling with because I can help them, and I want to create a product that can help them. So that's what I do. I want you to think right now, what's a struggle that you have? As a mom, what is a struggle you have? Is it healthy meals? Is it time? Is it working out? What is a struggle you have? And then next to that, I want you to think about what would you make your solution. So let's do something. In the chat box, I want you to write a struggle. Everyone's going to write a struggle. So write something in there quickly, a struggle, because now everyone's going to get a piece of content. So everyone's going to see a struggle come through on the chat box, and then I want you to write down everyone's struggles, and then later today, I want you to go back, and when you see healthy meals, I want you to think about what would you tell someone about healthy meals? How could you help them? Working out, what are you going to tell someone who says their struggle is working out? Would you tell them to work out at home? Would you tell them to start with 5 minutes a day? What would you tell them? If someone's struggle is cooking meals, would you say, bring on the crock pot? Would you tell them to eat out? What would you tell them? So take a look at everyone's struggles, and then I want you to think about what would you tell them as your solution? Your solution. That's how you create content. How else can you find out content? Your experiences, your stories. When you're authentic and you're transparent, people come to you because they want to know you. They want to see you struggle. They want to see you sweat. So after I had my baby, people were waiting for my postpartum. They wanted to see that. So I shared that all with them because those are my tribe. Those are my people, right? They were there. They wanted to see it. And my experiences helped other people debunk myths. So how can you take eating breakfast, that you must eat breakfast every day, and turn that around? Maybe you don't need to eat breakfast every day. Is it a myth? I know a lot of people who don't eat breakfast every day, and they're very lean. So is it really, do you really have to? Draw a line in the sand, right? You can't be everyone for everyone. So I quit working for that company that I was telling you about with health and fitness because I felt like I was in a box. Like I was giving people this prescription exercise program with this meal plan, and I was saying, here, do this. And I don't believe in that. I believe that everybody has to find something that works for them. And I don't believe that anything happens in 60 days, or I don't believe in deadlines. I'll say that, like timelines. So I had to draw a line in the sand and say, I don't believe in that. Everybody that knows me knows that I don't believe in like a Sunday meal prep all day long, because I'd rather spend the time with my family and trust myself to make it work. I had to draw a line. There's peers out there who work with the same population, and they are all about like meal prep all day on Sunday. And that's perfect, because people who like that are going to go to them, and people who kind of like my approach are going to come to me. So it's perfect. It's a perfect filtering system. And then think laterally. So instead of reading everybody's health and fitness stuff, if you're into health and fitness, or everyone's business stuff, if you're into business, or psychology stuff, I want you to start to think outside the box. So I really don't read anybody else's like fat loss and exercise stuff. I read more business and psychology, and I try to spin that a little bit differently. I try to get into how people are thinking and think about it laterally. So I'm going to give you tons of books and podcasts in Business Beyond Baby to listen to kind of help you figure out content. But I want you to think about how can you say it in a different way. So more on creating content, consistency. Have you ever been to a blog and it wasn't updated for like 2 years and you're like, wait, where is this person? Like, did they just fall off the earth? Having an online business means you have to be on. You have to show up pretty much every day, whether it's just posting on social media, writing a blog, writing an email, but you have to be consistent because people want you. So many times we get like, oh, maybe I shouldn't bother them. Maybe I shouldn't send them an email. You know, I'm flooding their email box, but people want to hear from you. The people that read your stuff want to read your stuff, right? If they hear from you every 6 months, they're not going to remember who you are. And when you come out with a product, they're not going to be chomping at the bit to get it. So again, part of this with being consistent is treating your business like a business, and how amazing it is that you get to put your message out into the universe. Like, you are putting your message on a website for the world to read. How cool is that? Like, you are putting your message out there and everyone is reading it. So what you say matters. And then a little bit more about creating content. There's a book, Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk, and it's talking about giving, and then right hook, kind of like asking for a sale. So I would say there's way more jabs than 3. But when you start a business, you're going to give away tons of free stuff, whether it's on your blog or an email. You're going to give it all away. It can be through video, recipes, workouts, whatever it is. I just want you to start giving everything away. Be so generous with your stuff, because what you want is you want people to say, gosh, if she's giving all of this stuff away for free, imagine what her paid stuff looks like. Imagine if she's giving all of this away, all of this content, this valuable content, what's her paid stuff going to look like? It's going to be that much better. So I want you to get out of the mindset that if you give it all away, people aren't going to buy. It works the opposite online. When you give, when you ask, people are just waiting. They're just waiting. They're like, oh, I'll support you. Maybe they don't even want what you're going to give, but they're just ready to support you because you've been giving them so much valuable content. And remember, it's the relationship business. They're your person. Like, you're their girl. So when you're ready to ask for that sale, you've been giving them so much content, they're just ready to go. So when you connect and you give it, they just come running. But if you just go right in and ask for a sale, which is what a lot of people do, you can smell that a mile away, right? Like, you can totally smell when someone's just like, hey, here's my ebook, buy it. No one's going to come. In order to build a passion-based business, you must intersect your passion and your expertise with what people need. And I cannot say this enough. This is so true. So if you're not passionate, you're going to resent it because it's work. And you're going to resent it when you put all of your heart and soul into something and no one wants it. You've got to know what people need. You have to know their pain point. What are people struggling with so that you can help them? And I know you have so much content, you have ideas. In the chat box, I want you to give me a quick yes if you're with me. We've gone through 3 steps, and now we're getting to the good stuff where we share our passion. So quickly write a big yes in the chat box if you are still with me. Very cool. Awesome. All right, so let's talk a little bit about sharing. So sharing your passion. This is what I consider the 4th step. And I know you're like, wait, but the website, isn't that the first step, right? That's the first thing. And that's what you see. But when we haven't done the foundational pieces, which what a lot of entrepreneurs don't do, they launch a website and then what? No one even knows who they are, right? They haven't built a tribe. They don't have relationships. So they have this website and maybe it's gorgeous. They spent thousands of dollars on it, but really nothing else is happening. So remember, it's not a numbers game. We're not about having the prettiest of everything. So let's talk about this piece of building your business, sharing your passion. This is a huge step, and it's going to take so much time, and we're going to start early, and we're going to continue to do it. But this is the part we see, right? Everyone sees it, and they think, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do that. I don't, technology scares me, or I don't have thousands of dollars to spend on a website. Good news, you don't need any of that. Right? If you can sign into Facebook, you can build a website. I promise you, it's not that hard. Tonight, I'm going to give you 3 things that you need to do to share. I'm going to talk about your website and your logo, your email list, and some social media. So your website is your house, and this is kind of a snapshot of my website. So it has to look good, but you definitely do not need to pay. At least when you're starting, you do not. Maybe down the road, if you want to upgrade and you want to have a designer do it, for sure. But at the beginning, you do not have to pay. I built this entire website by myself using a tutorial from my business coach, and that's how I did it. But what I want you to do after tonight, and I want you to write this down, I want you to go to GoDaddy.com, and I want you to look for your name, as a .com, and I want you to buy it. It's a domain name. It's a few bucks. It's not a lot of money. I want you to buy your name if it's available. So I have ShiraNelson.com, and I also have MomBeyondBaby.com. If you don't know your business name, totally fine. Don't get caught up on that. We can do that later. But I want you to have your name because, again, it's the relationship business. We want people to know you as a person. People know me as MomBeyondBaby, but they also know me as ShiraNelson.com. So write that on your to-do list. You're going to go to GoDaddy.com, and you're going to type in your name, and you're going to see if they have a .com. If they don't, see what kind of combo you can play around with. And I want you to buy a domain name. That's one of the things I want you to do. All right. And then I want you to think about, go to different websites and see what you like, what you don't, what kind of look you like for your logo, and for the feel of your website. Do you want it to be very clean? Do you want it to be professional? Do you want it to be fun? What kind of look do you like? So those are your 2 things for your homework for your website. So your email list. This feels kind of scary because this is so huge. Your email list is huge. This is the way you connect with your people, especially with social media nowadays where you have to pay to kind of connect with people now. Email marketing is a way to talk to your people, give them insights, share things that you don't share on social media. So I email my list at least once a week, and I give them things about my life, and I always tie it into kind of like an insight or a lesson that I don't usually share on social media. So there's plenty of different companies you can go with. I listed a few. Aweber, MailChimp, and Fusionsoft are kind of the 3 most popular. But people are giving you their email, and you have to respect that. So what we do is we give away something for free, which is called a freemium. This can be a PDF. This can be a list. It can be a top 10 of whatever. I give away a Healthy Mom Handbook, which has a workout, a 3-day meal plan, and then my top 10 things to lose fat right now. This is a must because giving away your email is huge, right? Sometimes we think, oh, it's just an email, but it's really big. People don't like their inbox being taken up by crap. They don't want junk in there. So for them to give you their email is huge. So this is crucial, and it doesn't happen overnight. You don't just show up with 2,000 subscribers. And I'm going to teach you a way to build it, different ways to build it. But again, your emails have to solve a problem. You have to connect with them. And so does your freemium. You have to think of a freemium, not just sign up for my email list, because people are already on a million email lists. What can you give them to build value? So I want you to think about that also. What is something you can create to give people value? So you have GoDaddy, you're going to look at some websites, you're going to think about a freemium. Step 3 for sharing your passion, good old social media, right? We know it can be a time warp, but in an online business, you absolutely need social media. But you don't need to be on every platform. You don't need to be periscoping every day and be on Google Plus and then be on Twitter. That's a nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare if you try to do too many platforms. So my advice is to pick 1 or 2, be super consistent. This is content. This is stuff that you are sharing. These are insights into your life. If you look at my Instagram on MomBeyondBaby, you will see pictures of my kids. You will see postpartum updates. You will see snapshots, business stuff, snapshots into my life. That is what it is. Facebook, every day I post. It's something that's going on. I'm there. Social media is all about being present, right? If you are in the Mompreneur Mastermind, we talked about the 3 to 5 quirks that you want your audience to know about you. So if you know me, if you're on my social media, you know I love condiments, you know I love my kids, you know I hate numbers, I hate calories, I hate macros, I hate the scale. Those are things like I don't like, and that's by design. I want people to know that. Because if someone's gonna say, write me a meal plan for 1,200 calories, I'm not their girl, because I won't do that. That's not who I am, right? We talked about that. I don't like things like restricted. So I want you to think about it. Again, we're the personality biz, so you have to show your personality through your website, your email, and your social media. It's not a numbers game. It's not about having 100,000 followers. It's about having loyal followers, right? We want loyal followers. People want to see you. They want to see you sweat. All right? So let's go on. Step number 5, magnify. So when you think of magnifying, I think about taking it to the next level and doing something. So we've discovered it, we've lived it, we've shared it, we've created it. Now it's time to create a product. Now we're going to magnify everything we know about our passion, our voice, our people, and we are going to create something. So grab paper in your handbook or on a Post-it. I want you to write down these 5 questions that you're going to ask yourself every time you create a product. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Who is it for? Who is it not for? What are the outcomes? What is the solution? And what can people expect? I'm going to say those again. Who is it for? Who is it not for? What are the outcomes? What is the solution? So what problem are you solving? And what can people expect? When you stick to those questions, you are going to create something that people need. All right, so write those down. Don't forget. When we talk about your product or service, we're talking about what problem are you solving? What is their pain point? You have to know that. You have to know what your audience, your tribe, what are they struggling with so that you can create something that solves their problem. People aren't going to buy something just because you thought it was a really cute idea. They're going to buy something that solves their problem. This is super important, but you have to know your customer and your avatar, right? We're going to go into this so much more in Business Beyond Baby, but I want you to think about their struggles because you are serving your people. Even if it's one person, you are helping that person. Many times you start with yourself because the people are going to relate to you. So ask questions, dig deeper to find out their pain point. So when will you start making money, right? I think we all want to make money. And we're going to talk about some products. So there's a few different types of products you can create. You can do a DIY, which is a do-it-yourself, or a coaching type service where you are actively coaching online or, one-on-one or group coaching. But at the end of the day, trading time for money ends. Remember I told you I was teaching that 5 group fitness classes. It was $12 a class, and some of them I was driving across town to do it because I didn't know another way. I just thought, oh, I have to make the money. But right now, you're no longer doing that. You're done. You're done trading your time for money because it's not worth it. When you're online, you get to say how much you're worth, and I promise you, you're worth that I'm worth way more than the $12. So this is another mindset issue that you're going to run into. You're going to think, am I worth that? Are people really going to pay that? But when you work online, you're going to start making your boundaries and you're going to start guarding your time. You're going to value your time because you only have so much time to work. So you don't want to be emailing people all day long, right? We're going to set boundaries. We're going to value your time and own your worth. In the chat box, I want you to write, can you get on board with guarding your time and owning your worth? Give me a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being high. Can you get on board with guarding your time and owning your worth? Because you have a loyal following. And this is the most crucial mistake that people make. They don't set boundaries. They don't value their time and they undercharge. And then what? They're in the same situation they were when they were grinding out 9 to 6. So can you get on board with guarding your time and owning your worth so that you can make more money in less time? Awesome. We are on board. All right, so products. People want the best, not the cheapest. Remember that. If you're starting a business, you don't want the cheapest coach. You want the best coach. You want someone who's going to get you results. If I hire a trainer, I don't want someone for $10 who's going to stare at their cell phone. I want someone who's going to give me results. But something to remember is your people will come to you. And there is always more where that came from. So there's plenty of space in the online world. There's people for you. There's people for me. There's people for your neighbor. My people are not going to be your people, and your people might not be my people. And that is perfect. It's a perfect filtering system. At the beginning, you're going to see unsubscribes, unfollows. People are going to, tell you why they unsubscribed, and you're going to say, wow, like that really hurts. Like you spent so much time. Just let it go because you don't need them there because there's always more people to come. Your people will come to you. When you are authentic and you are transparent, your people will come to you. Anybody can Google a meal plan or a workout. They're coming for you. So when you are you, they will show up. Step 6 is implementation. So we've talked about 5 steps. I've given you tons of content. So thank you. You are here. Thank you for staying around because we're getting to the good stuff. So step 6 is implementation. Implementation is building a community, creating content consistently, and then the systems. The systems is the magic. There is a system for everything we do in business. So we talked about our passion and our voice, and we talked about how to create a product. Now we have to launch it. We have to market it. We have to write copy. We have to figure out how to promote other people's products, how to connect with other mompreneurs, how to run webinars, all 2.0 systems that truthfully level you up, right? They level you up because you're putting more skin in the game, you're getting your message out there. So I'm gonna ask you right now, why not you? I talk to moms probably every day who want this lifestyle. They want to run their business, they want to find their passion, they want to have this fulfillment outside of being a mom, but they have this fear. They think maybe what if, or maybe they start doubting themselves, or maybe their fear like, what if I really make it? Or what if I fail? Or I don't really even know what's gonna happen. It's not gonna work. I'm scared. Someone's gonna call out. Someone's gonna judge me. I want you to remember, change is hard and it is super scary, but there's this little thing inside you. When you know you're ready, you will feel it. You will know you are done with the 9 to 5. You are ready to spend more time with your family. You are ready to have this fulfillment outside of being a mom. Again, my vision of success is not making $1 million. It's not being a New York Times bestseller. It's being great at what I do. It's putting myself out there and having this lifestyle so that I can spend more time with my kids. In the chat box, I want you to write, what is your number one fear? Why not you? Why haven't you taken this step yet? What is your number one fear? I want you to write in the chat box. Your number one fear for not taking the leap at this time. So you're here because you want to build a passion, you want to find your passion and build a business, but there's something that stopped you. What is it? Write it in the chat box and be honest. I'm going to read this while you're thinking about it. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? If you have something to share and a desire to help people in whatever way, why are you not sharing it? Why haven't you built the business that you want to build? Why haven't you created that lifestyle? You are here to shine, right? The idea of fear and self-doubt that's holding you back, that is a mindset issue. Again, why not you? This is what I call the ready, aim syndrome. So you're ready, you feel ready, but you don't take action because, again, you think of every reason why it won't work. And I always said, I will fail 1,000,000 times, but I'd rather fail doing it than never doing it at all. I knew when my kids were grown up, I didn't want to look back and say, I should have done blank. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say, well, I had to stay teaching until I was 50 because that's just what I had to do. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to take action. And honestly, if I failed, I would have just gotten a job at Starbucks, or I would have gone back to teaching. But I had to know that I tried. I had to know that I gave it everything that I could to have this lifestyle, because that's how I was going to learn. And for me, I had to just try. And that's when I hired a business coach, and the rest was history. So to taking action for 2016, I want you to write down these 3 P's that real entrepreneurs have: passion for what they're doing, a problem that needs to be solved, and a purpose that drives them forward. Write down those 3 P's: passion, problem, and purpose. When you have those 3 things, you are golden. So let's talk about why you came tonight. Why did you come to this training today? You want to have your thing outside of being a mom. You have an idea, but you have no idea where to start. You work for a company maybe already, but you want your thing. You want to put your name behind whatever it is you want to create. You've tried to start a business, but you have no time to do all the research, and you just want the steps outlined for you so you know what to do. You're an action taker. You desire to run your own business and be a mompreneur. You want an out for yourself as a mom. You want something for yourself. You want to connect with other mompreneurs. You want to put yourself in the game. You want to be a mompreneur and connect with others in the game. You know there's more than just going to your job. You see yourself in 12 months with more passion and freedom. You're ready to invest in yourself. You're ready to become a mompreneur. So now I'm going to ask you, what would building a business beyond baby mean to you? One word in the chat box. I want you to write, what would building a business beyond baby mean to you? And this could be moms or moms to be. What would building a business beyond baby mean to you? Would it mean freedom? Would it mean time? Would it mean kids, joy, happiness? What would it mean to you? Perfect. Awesome. So the way I see it, there are two options to building a business. There's complicating and confusing, and that's what I did. I spent a few years doing this. Countless hours, wasted energy, hours and hours of banging my head against the laptop, thousands of dollars in all of these products and all of these programs that were just like a do-it-yourself, here, do this. I promise you, you're going to make $5,000. Never happened. Half the stuff I didn't even finish because it was just all thrown at me and I didn't have time to sit and watch all these videos and write down notes and then go back and do it. I had all these unanswered questions. I couldn't talk to the person who created it, so I never knew what I was doing. And then there's the simple and strategic way. Step-by-step system, proven formulas. They've done all the research for you. Screen flow trainings where someone actually takes over your computer and tells you how to do everything, like shows you what buttons to press. Phone calls where you can hash out your goals, keep yourself accountable, daily coaching. That's the simple and strategic way. I've done both. When I hired a business coach, I realized that I needed the help. I needed to put myself in the game. I needed to jump because I was literally spinning my wheels, trudging through mud. I was getting nowhere. I needed to slow down, learn the way so that I could speed up to where I am now. And that is why I created Business Beyond Baby. I created it to do exactly that. It's not about having the best business coaching program in the world. It's about having the one that is made for you. It's made for moms and moms to be, because I've been there. I've done all of the work. I did the hard part, and now I want to make it the simple and strategic way for you. Business Beyond Baby is a high-touch coaching program for moms and moms to be to build a profitable business while gaining clarity and focus, creating a life and business they love. Again, it's not about the money. It's not about, becoming the #1 entrepreneur. It's about creating a life and business you love. So let's talk about what you get in Business Beyond Baby. Coaching calls with me to talk about your goals and keep you accountable, access to an online portal, office hours with me, monthly Q&A where we go over what we're going to do that month with a live Q&A, 10+ trainings and resources where I take over your computer and this is how you build a website on business skills, social media, email marketing, at least 6 group calls or interviews with other industry experts. So you're kind of learning other mompreneurs and entrepreneurs in the industry. A members only Facebook group with daily coaching from myself and the other mompreneurs. A VIP business mastermind day. At least 6 cheat sheets, checklists, and worksheets that you are going to actually use. You're not just going to print them and put them in your stack. You are going to use them. You're going to download them, upload them to the group, and also use them with me on your coaching call, and a 6-month step-by-step curriculum that is strategically outlined for you. In Module 1, we're going to talk about discovering your passion. We're going to go deeper into everything we talked about tonight, developing your voice, finding your passion, understanding your purpose and how it relates to your business, and developing a game plan for your business. Module 2, we're going to talk about your niche and refining your expertise. We're going to go into mindset and time management. We're going to talk about content creation, and we're going to take your business online. We're going to make your website, talk about social media. And then we're going to start to create, we're going to refine your brand and your message. We're going to develop your website, talk about social media platforms, go deeper into content creation, and then talk about how to understand your customer and your avatar so that you can create a product that will serve them. We're going to implement content in Module 4, where we share your passion, go into email marketing, and then go into calls for action into social media. And then we're going to magnify in Module 5. We're going to go into content implementation. We're going to talk about how to develop a product, what you need to develop a product. We're going to talk about the phases for launching, the anticipation phase, the actual launch phase, and then after the launch, what do you do? We're going to talk about advertising and marketing on social media. And then finally in Module 6, we're going to talk about how to market your product so that you make a profit, the launch formula. We're going to talk about webinars, how to run them, how to market them, and how to funnel traffic into them so that you get them on your email list. We're going to talk about what's next, and we're going to strategize for your business. We're going to plan out your business, because that is really important, to plan out when you're going to launch things, when you're going to affiliate things. You'll get access to an online portal, a members only online portal, and it is outlined for you to drip feed month by month. So you're not just going in with 6 months of content where you're just like floundering around. I've done that and it's not fun at all. You don't even know where to go. This gives you exactly what you need to do that month, what I want you to read and listen to, the trainings, resources, the fun sheets. You'll get trainings and resources. Again, I take over your computer. This is an Instagram one where I show you exactly how to set up your Instagram, what to post, how to caption, what hashtags to use, articles and resources on what we're going over that month. Again, so you're not overwhelmed, because it's very overwhelming when you go into a training and you just have access to everything. It is very overwhelming, and it's way too much, especially with kids, and maybe you're still working at your job. Fun sheets, worksheets, checklists. I'm a very visual person, so I love to give people things that make you think, where you have to write down your questions, you have to check off things that you've done. These are things that you're going to use during the academy. A closed Facebook group with daily coaching from me and from the other mompreneurs. I'm there 7 days a week. You never go a day without getting your questions answered. You can post copy, you can post ads. We're going to go over everything in this. And I promise, when I did my business coaching program with my business coach, this was absolutely priceless. Having access to my coach every single day was amazing, but also networking with the other women in the group. Those are some of my best friends. I promote their products, they promote mine. That was essential for kind of stepping up and putting some skin in the game when I became a mompreneur. You'll get coaching calls, one-on-one 45-minute calls with me, goal set and accountability, and you'll get between 3 and 6 depending on the level you choose for Business Beyond Baby. So I want you to repeat this. What I need is available to me right now. I want you to say that to yourself. What I need is available to me right now, because it is. You are ready to define yourself. You're no longer wishing to be a mompreneur. You are ready to say, I am a mompreneur. You're ready to say, I'm done wishing. I'm done wishing I could spend more time at home. I am ready to be a mompreneur. If you're ready to be a mompreneur, I want you to type it in the chat box. I am ready to be a mompreneur. Awesome. So many readies. As a graduate of Business Beyond Baby, you are going to have a clear understanding of your passion and voice. You will find your niche, level up your expertise, have a strategy for your business, take your business to the next level, monetize your passion, have a sense of fulfillment outside of being a mom, outside of just clocking in and clocking out of your job, create partnerships with other mompreneurs, and you will be a mompreneur. At the end of 6 months, you are going to be a mompreneur. You will have a product, you will launch your product, you will understand who you are in the online space. So let's go over again, what do you get with the membership levels? There's 2 membership levels. There's a mompreneur membership level and a mom boss. So you get, in mompreneur, you get 3 coaching calls. In mom boss, you get 6, so 1 a month. You can schedule those however you like. You get professional development, so my monthly book club read and podcast choices, and I've gone through all of the podcasts and given you specific episodes, so you're not just kind of like, oh, maybe I should listen to her or him or whatever. 6 interviews or articles and group calls with other experts, monthly fun sheets, office hours with me every single month, 6 trainings and tutorials on website development, email marketing, creating a product, social media, how to make your brand, access to the online site with all of the curriculum for the 6 months of the academy. So this is templates, swipe files, resources, actual emails that I've used that have sent out, videos. So much stuff is on that portal for you. Daily Facebook coaching, an exclusive community for Business Beyond Baby, daily interaction where you ask questions, stay accountable, you connect with other mompreneurs 7 days a week. And then the Business Beyond Baby retreat, you'll get a VIP day with me where we mastermind. You kind of bring your laptop. It's super casual. We go out to lunch. Super fun. We just kind of hash out all your ideas. And then you get a free ticket to the Strong Smart Mama event in April of 2016. So this is an application process only. And the reason it's an application process is because I want to handpick the women I work with. I'm taking a very limited number because I feel like these people, you have to be ready to make this commitment. I want action takers. I want doers. And so I don't want people who are just they're not really sure if this is what they want. I want people who are ready. Sure, they're scared. Sure, they're nervous, but they are ready to take this step. You're ready to build a business beyond baby because you know that lifestyle, you know time with your kids, you know freedom is so important. You're ready to take this step. You're ready to learn. You're ready to take action. So I'm ready for those people. So it's an application process only. And you can go over to BusinessBeyondBaby.com to get your application. So the investment is a mompreneur is $697 or $139 for monthly installments. So you can finance if that works better for you, or mom boss level, which is $1197 or $239 for monthly installments. So something I wanted to make affordable because I know as moms it's hard to invest in yourself, but I think of it as an investment to make money. So you can spend $150 on a personal trainer and you're not going to make money, right? So I think about it as when I took the leap, I spent a lot more money. And I thought, you know what? I have to do this because I'm going to actually make money from this. This is an investment in myself, and I have to invest in a coach to get myself to that next level. BusinessBeyondBaby.com is where you're going to go for the application and all of the details I've outlined tonight. But really quick, for all of you who are still on, I want to give you this bonus. This is something super special. I've never done this before. I want to give you a free discovery call. I want to spend 15 minutes with you on the phone to talk about your ideas and your business strategy. So even if you know you're applying for Business Beyond Baby, you know you're ready, you are ready to take the leap, no one is talking you out of it, no fear is getting in your way, I still want you to sign up. We can just use this as a free coaching call as part of the program if you're selected. But if you're not really sure and you just want to talk to me a little bit more, I want you to sign up for this discovery call. I have tons of times available for you. And this is something that I wish more coaches did, and I've actually never seen it done before. There are so many times I wanted to buy something, or I wanted to work with a certain coach or get a product, and I just wanted to ask a few more questions. And I didn't want to just read it. I really just wanted to talk to them more. I wanted to say, you know what, I'm thinking about this. Do you think this is a good fit for me? So that's why I want to do for you. I want you to be 100% ready and committed. I want you to feel confident about your decision to create a business beyond baby. So I want you to go to ShiraNelson.com/discovery call to schedule your call. So what happens next? You fill out your application online. They're all due by November 23rd. You'll get an acceptance letter by the 30th, and then your invoice is due December 7th, but nothing will happen until January 4th. You're going to get bonuses, you'll get access to the Facebook group, but no invoice, nothing happens as far as the program until January 4th. I want to give you December to know where you're headed in 2016. I want you to get super fired up about what you're going to do. So that's why I want all of this done in November, so that you're like, I know what I'm doing starting January. It's like your new year thing. You've invested in yourself. You've invested in your business. You're taking the leap. You are ready to be a mompreneur. So the application is at businessbeyondbaby.com. The discovery call, ShiraNelson.com/discovery call. And then if you have any questions or support, you can send me an email. So I've given you everything you need. I've given you the 6 steps and strategies. And now, there's a lot of questions that come up. And some of the questions that I get asked a lot is, how long is the Business Beyond Baby? And I created it to be 6 months because I know there's so much going on and there's life that gets in the way. But 6 months is nothing, right? 6 months is nothing to create a business. It's all drip fed for you. So you get access each month at a time, so it's not overwhelming. Another question that we get is, how do I know if I'm ready? How do I know if Business Beyond Baby is the right thing for me to do? And because you're action oriented, you have this pit in your stomach. You know that you're ready for this lifestyle change. You're ready to build this business. Whether you're passionate or not, you're ready to take this leap. You're ready to invest in yourself. So that's how you're ready. And then, do I have to apply now? So sadly, yes, you do have to apply now. I'm closing it as of November 23rd. All applications will be due by midnight, and then you'll get an acceptance letter that week. So Again, I am limiting the spaces. I have hundreds of people on the wait list, so chances are it probably won't even open to the public. But if those people aren't the right fit, I will open it to the public. I am taking them as they come in. So, you know, when you go to Business Beyond Baby, you can click to get your application, fill it out, and then get it into me as soon as you can so that you're kind of on there, and then go ahead and schedule your discovery call so we can talk more about your ideas and get your business strategy in place. So, you know, Business Beyond Baby is not like any other coaching program I've ever seen. Even if you're already working for a company and you're not really seeing what you want, you're not getting to create, you're not getting to put your name behind something, you could absolutely still do Business Beyond Baby. But I definitely want people who are ready to create their own thing. I want people who are ready to be a mompreneur. So you have 2 different levels to choose from. You want to get that application in as soon as possible. So now I'm going to look for any questions that I missed. I know I've seen a lot of questions. I think I've answered most of them as we've gone through. Awesome. All of you are ready to be a mompreneur, ready for flexibility, ready for more freedom and less financial stress, ready to be happy. I love that. I love that. Ready to be happy. Perfect. So Diana's ready, Iris is ready, Amber's ready, Nikki's ready, Rachel, Marika's ready, Lindsay's ready, Alyssa's ready. You guys are so ready. I'm super pumped. Thank you so much for being here. This is why I created this program, because I know so many of you are ready to be a mompreneur. So if you're ready to build a business beyond baby, give me a business beyond baby. I'm ready to build a business beyond baby. Head over there, get your application filled out so that I can review it, and then we can get on the phone, chat about your business ideas and your strategies, and let's get moving. So 2016 is going to be an amazing year for all of you. I cannot wait to see. Imagine this time next year, you will have a business, you will have a website, you will have an email list, subscribers, your own Facebook page. I cannot wait. Iris is so ready. Abigail is so ready. Perfect. I am so ready. I am so ready for you to be part of Business Beyond Baby. So any last minute questions, go ahead and type those in the chat box. I am super ready to have you guys in Business Beyond Baby. I'm only taking 10 people at each level. So make sure when you do fill out your application, you specify what level you're looking for, so that I can make sure I set that aside, just so that I know. I would love to meet you, so you can come to the mastermind day and we can sit with our laptops. Awesome. You guys are so ready. I am so ready. So that's it. We're at an hour. We're a little over an hour. Thank you so much for being here, taking your time to spend with me. I hope you got some great content. You're ready to take action. Remember your domain name, schedule your call, businessbeyondbaby.com. Get that application in. If you have any lingering questions, you can't get something to load, info@sharonelson.com. I respond to every email I get. So thank you guys so much for being here. I look forward to working with you in 2016. It's going to be an amazing year. To all of you, to mompreneurs, to all of you Business Beyond Baby, thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.